Hi there. This is just going to be a little update as to what I've been up to over the past week. Um, I've had some health problems in the meantime, so I haven't been able to spend a lot of time on this. Um, what I'm doing is the Z-axis on the feed for doing cuts on the shaper, and this is the male. This is the male part of the dovetail, and I've drilled and tapped it 3840 thread. I had a piece left over from another job that I was working on, and so I thought, well, I'll use a 40 thread, and I managed to get it in there. It goes down about around about an inch deep on the thread, and then the rest of the male dovetail is relieved on the 3/8 diameter. So this is how it goes on. I have to do a little bit of machining on the ram here at the back support here. I have to go down a little bit deeper because I don't have enough clearance on the nut. This is just a spare nut that I made up. It's a BSF thread. I just use anything that I've got available in my drawers, and so I've got BSF taps and I had a BF a cap screw which I incorporated in there, and so I went with BSF. So I may be able to get away without machining if I make a smaller hex on the nut. I'll have to wait and see, and it'll be made of steel anyway, so this is brass. I just needed this for part of the operation of machining the dovetails. So anyway, that goes in there through there like that, and there's a I hope you can see that there's a register in here, and there's a corresponding spigot or register that fits on there, so that controls the movement of angles, moving the clapper box around for doing angles like dovetails, that kind of thing. So I'll just put that on there just to support it. There we go. Okay. So what you have is the thread, 40 thread, and this is the female setup block, and I've made it fit for fit, and done away with any jib strip that's needed. And what I'll do is I'll drill and tap a hole through here, and I'll have a brass plug that's used to clamp the movement, to clamp the sliding female from moving while it's cutting. So that'll just be like a little, probably a square screw, square-headed screw that I'll make up, and that will just lock the two dovetails together. So this slides on here like this, and so the movement up and down of the whole unit, the clapper box and the female block, will be controlled by a indexing ring at the top. The 40 thread will give me a nice clearance on the engraving of the lines, so it'll be 25 lines, and one turn will move the block up 25 thou, just like a micrometer. So that's where I've got at the moment. What I have to do is another operation that I have to do is to put a radius on the bottom of this female block, so it won't be square at the bottom. It'll have a radius, fairly large radius. I don't know what it is yet. So just a little quickie that I thought I'd keep you in touch with what's going on. There we go. So it's quite a nice slide fit. On the dovetail there's hardly any, and there's no movement that I can detect anyway by hand. So it should work pretty good with a locking pin going in and locking onto the male angle dovetail, and that should lock everything up nicely, make it solid. So I guess that's about it at the moment. It's coming along. It's pretty nice movement, and also I don't have any oil on this, so there's no oil film that's taking up a little bit of any slack that's in the dovetail. So there you go. This video is basically for Larry and Roy. Roy's in New York and Larry's down in California, so this is just really an update for those or anybody that's interested in looking at the videos. It'll give them an idea of what I'm up to. Okay, so I'm going to call off now and I'm going to quit for the night, so thanks for watching. Where are we here?